Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to From Pain to Purpose, a special series of Beyond Energy Healing. I'm Claudia Borges, your host, spiritual life coach, and energy healer. Before we jump into episode 2, I want to take a moment to share something that is very close to my heart. This story is a continuation of my awakening journey, the experience I went through at the beginning and a key moment that shaped everything that followed. It is also the story of how a simple Reiki practice turned it into a powerful spiritual experience and how it led to the name of this very podcast. So let's dive in. In our last episode, I shared my awakening journey, how I transitioned from burnout and loss to finding my true calling. Today, I want to share something deeply personal, an experience that changed everything for me. It was the moment I realized that energy healing is more than just working with energy. It can sometimes be a bridge between worlds. It is a connection to something beyond what we can see. At the time, I was practicing Reiki, but I had no plans to start a business. I was attending a Reiki share at my teacher's home, practicing with other students, giving and receiving Reiki as a way to heal myself, to grow, and to learn. One evening during one of these gatherings, I was paired with a woman who had come to receive Reiki because it was the 3-year anniversary of her son's passing. As I placed my hands over her, I focused on sending healing energy, allowing the Reiki to flow. Everything felt normal until the very end of the session. As I was finishing, I suddenly heard a clear voice in my right ear. "Tell her I'm coming back to the family as a girl." I froze. It was so distinct, so real. I was in shock. Was I imagining things? Was this just my mind playing tricks on me? I said nothing. I didn't know how to handle it. The woman was already emotional, and I was afraid of saying something that might affect her in the wrong way. So, after the session, I turned to my Reiki master and I told her what had happened. I expected her to tell me that I was imagining things. Instead, she looked at me calmly and said, "Never doubt your intuition. That's how spirits talk to us. You just had a beyond energy healing experience." That phrase is stuck with me. Beyond energy healing. At the time, I didn't fully understand what was happening. But little did I know this was just the beginning. A couple of weeks later, the same woman reached out to me asking if I could give her a Reiki session. I was still only practicing, offering Reiki for free, so I agreed. She came to my home and during the session, everything felt peaceful until the very end. Just as I was about to finish, I asked in my mind, "Is there any message for her?" And immediately I heard the same voice, but this time it was more urgent. "I already told you. Tell her I am coming back to the family as a girl." Now, here's where it gets real. In my mind, I replied back, "I don't know if you are real or just my imagination. So I'm sorry, but I'm not giving her any messages." I was completely insecure. This was my first time experiencing something like this, and the message was too profound. What if it wasn't true? What if I gave her false hope? Or what if she didn't believe in messages from the other side? So, once again, I said nothing. After the session, we sat in my living room chatting when she suddenly invited me to lunch. It wasn't planned, but I accepted, and we went to a small nearby restaurant. We ordered our food, found a table, and started talking about our weekend plans. That's when she casually mentioned, "My sister-in-law is pregnant. I'm going to their baby shower at my brother's house." And without thinking, I asked the most natural question. "Oh, is it a boy or a girl?" And with so much excitement, she said, "It's a girl." Oh my God, I dropped my fork. My eyes widened. I didn't blink. I was frozen, completely paralyzed. She looked at me concerned and said, "Oh, Claudia, did I say something wrong?" But in my mind, all I could think was, he orchestrated this lunch. He made her invite me so I would finally deliver his message. Then I took a deep breath and said, "Listen, I have to share something with you, but please don't take it the wrong way. I don't know how you feel about this, but now I have no choice. I have to tell you." I told her about the messages I had received, first at the Reiki share and again during our session. I told her that I had been too unsure to say anything before, but now sitting there with her, hearing her excitement about this baby girl in the family, I knew I had to share. She smiled and she said, "Oh, thank you for telling me this. This only validates the signs I have been receiving from him." Then she shared with me all the signs she had been getting from her son, reassuring her that he was still with her. She was happy, at peace, and in that moment I realized something life-changing. This isn't just energy healing. This is something beyond. That day, I learned a lesson I carry with me to this day. Never doubt your intuition. The universe always finds a way to deliver the message. Energy healing is more than just moving energy. It is a connection to something greater. And that's how Beyond Energy Healing was born. If you have ever had a moment where you received a sign or an intuitive nudge, but doubted yourself, trust me, I have been there. But our intuition is powerful, and when we listen, magic happens. I know some of you may be wondering if Reiki always involves messages from the other side, and the answer is no. Every practitioner's experience is different. Reiki is first and foremost about healing. Some may develop intuitive gifts, but it's not something you need to seek out to be an effective healer. Messages, when they do come, are not something we control. They come through when the client most needs them, as a complement to the healing session. Not everyone receives them, and they don't always happen. But when they do, they serve a purpose, bringing comfort, clarity, or reassurance. Trust your own journey. It will unfold exactly as it's meant to. Now that I have shared this pivotal moment in my awakening, I am excited to continue the journey with you in episode 2. In the next episode, we are going to explore how the energy we put out shapes our healing journey, and I'll be diving deeper into the incredible power of Reiki and how your intention